Hello, my people. Today we are talking about those people moving to Africa. Some of them content creators, they are moving into Africa, and what's coming out from their mouth is that they want to help Africans. You know what I mean? They are moving there to help Africans. Even those that are starting business as well in Africa, you know, I mean, real business, the one that are starting real business, they don't even look at it as, oh, we want to help Africa. That's why we are going to Africa to start a business in Africa. Because if you're starting in a business, what comes to your mouth, what comes to you first is not about helping people. You're gonna make gain. You're there to make a profit. No one goes to start a business where he cannot make a profit. But some people, even if they're starting a business in Africa, they cannot say, well, I'm helping Africa. I want to help Africa. No, you might help Africa in the process, but you might have some people in Africa in the process by maybe employing them in your business. But by the end of the day, you are doing it to make profit. If you want to help Africa, you can establish a charity organization, or a charity outlet in Africa and give people tangible stuff. That's real help. You know what I mean? Or you can establish a hospital in Africa and treat people free of charge. That's real help. But it's not when you go to Africa and establish a business that you are looking for profit, and you come back and say, oh, look, I'm helping Africa. But let me circle back and talk about those content creators, like they move to Africa. Some of them from America, some of them from Europe, they move to Africa. And what comes in their mouth is that, oh, look, I'm trying to help Africa. I'm trying to help some people in Africa. But they are just content creators. They are strugglers as well, because these people, if you're a content creator, you're not really very rich. You're not even going to help anyone at the moment. You're looking to help yourself. But let me give you an example. Like somebody, is a content creator. Like he talks on YouTube. Maybe he go to one of the African countries, and he's telling some people, like he travel, like let's say America, and he goes to one of the African countries and stay there, and he's telling somebody or some people in America that, look, I have I've been in this country for a long time, so I know everything, and it's easy to start business here. You can do this, you can do that. He start telling people that, and he's telling people to register or have a consultation with him or her. And when he's doing that, he's saying like, oh, look, I'm trying to help Africans, because I'm trying to bring some people to come to Africa and establish business. And this is what he's going to say, like, oh, this is, I'm trying to help. But bro, or sis, you're not helping Africa, you are trying to help yourself, because look at what's happened. This consultation is not free. These people coming to you, they're going to pay you. If they're not going to pay you, you're not gonna tell them to come to Africa. You know what I mean? And some of them, they're coming to Africa. It's not like they're coming to Africa as like they have like a big investment. You know what I mean? They are struggling and they want to come to Africa. Maybe things may work out for them in Africa because maybe they have less competition and less stress in some African countries. You know what I mean? But what we don't turn around and say like, oh, if you're doing stuff like this, I'm trying to help Africans. You know what I mean? You're trying to help yourself. But maybe you can help one or two Africans on that process. But your motivation is not to help Africa in the first place. You know what I mean? If people in the West really that want to help Africa, there's a, even though Africa doesn't even need help per se, because if Africa can do this one thing, Africa, nobody should help Africa. Because if Africa can keep their wealth in Africa, we don't have problem in Africa. Poverty will disappear in Africa. Even unemployment will disappear, because if you keep your wealth, even if you keep your wealth in Africa, people are gonna get benefit from it. The only thing you can do is these people that have a large microphone tell the Western governments or the Arab countries to start harboring corrupt politicians. Stop them from bringing this ill-gotten wealth to the West. Some politicians in Africa will come to the West and buy houses of like $300,000 or $400,000 or $1 million from Africa. And when you take this kind of money from Africa and bring it to the West, you are taking away people's livelihood, because if you invest that, even if you build your own, if you are building houses in Africa with this corrupt money you got, that $1 million, instead of buying houses in the West, if you can spend that $1 million in Africa building houses, people will benefit that money. Your local economy will benefit. But if these people want to help Africa, they should just say, look, the whole Western world should stop any the whole Western world should stop African politicians or those in government that are getting their money through the government to stop coming to the West to buy houses or invest their money there, because this money they didn't get it from right means, because the only way they get this money is to embezzle public fund, that's meant for common good. But this is what we see. If those people want to help Africa, really, they should be talking about this, how to sanction all these politicians that are coming to the West to spend millions of dollars of money, gotten from Africa. If those money are stayed in Africa, Africa will be all right. You know what I mean? But that's one way to help, not to tell us that you are trying to help Africans by helping yourself. You want people to consult you, and when they consult, they pay consultation fee, which comes to you. So you're not advertising Africa for free. You are trying to get your own money. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching. Peace.